Alright, this is my presentation on ethnic cleansing and genocide in Bosnia, looking at what was the extent and who was responsible. Some background on why I chose this topic. So I traveled through this region this summer and I learned about the series of wars that followed the breakup of Yugoslavia. I talked to both Bosnians and Serbs, and both sides told me that the other side was responsible for genocides and ethnic cleansing in the region, and this project serves to prove that it was the Serbs who were responsible and to show the extent of ethnic cleansing and genocide in Bosnia. So I used census data from the official 1991 Yugoslav census, which was conducted before the war, and the 2013 Bosnian census. The war was effectively over in 1995, but another census wasn't conducted until 2013. So this is Yugoslavia as a country that existed in southeastern Europe for most of the 20th century. It consisted of present-day Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Serbia, Montenegro, Kosovo, and North Macedonia. Bosnia has a diverse population consisting of Bosniaks who are Muslims, Croats who are Catholic, and Serbs who are Orthodox Christians. It's important to note that Belgrade, located in Serbia, was the capital and the power base of Yugoslavia, and when war broke out, the Serbs had total control of Yugoslavia's resources and, most importantly, the Yugoslav People's Army. So in 1991, Croatia and Slovenia seceded from Yugoslavia, and it started a war of independence. The Yugoslav People's Army, led by the Serbs, invaded Croatia to crush the secessionist government. In 1992, Bosnia declared independence, and the war moved to Bosnia. And initially, both Serbia and Croatia invaded Bosnia to protect ethnic Serb and Croat minorities within Bosnia. Serbs living within Bosnia formed the Serbian Republic with the aim of creating a greater Serbian state. This Bosnian Serb army was led and supplied by Serbia, who again controlled all of the resources of the former Yugoslav People's Army. They used this advantage to take 70% of Bosnian territory reflected by these borders. So in blue here is the Serbian Republic of Serbia territory. It's important to note that in 1991 the European Union imposed an arms embargo on all of the countries within the former Yugoslavia, which froze the Bosnian Serbs' weapon superiority in place. And so the Bosnian Muslims were pretty much left defenseless and became vulnerable to ethnic cleansing and genocide at the hands of the Bosnian Serbs. So these maps show the ethnic distribution of Bosnia. Here in 1991, you can see that the populations are pretty spread out. There are some Bosnian Croats concentrated along the Croatian border here, some Serbs living along the Croatian border as well and in eastern Bosnia, but generally the populations are pretty spread out. And then in 2013 you can see kind of the extent of the genocide and ethnic cleansing as populations become more concentrated. So this map kind of combines all of the previous maps into one map. So the color represents the dominant ethnicity, and the darker the color, the more dominant that ethnicity is within each region. So these territories are dominated by Croats, these territories by Serbs, and then these ones by Bosnian Muslims. And so you can see these are the locations of major genocides and massacres during the Bosnian War. And if we filter to see only the Serbian Republic, the Serbian territory, all of these massacres and genocides took place within the Serbian-controlled territory, which kind of proves that it was the Serbs who were committing genocide and massacre against the local Bosnians. And you can see, if we change the year, you can see the extent of this population change as the Bosnians are pretty much wiped out from this area, leaving only Serbs in 2013. So organized genocide and massacre were extreme tactics of ethnic cleansing, but in addition to genocide and massacre, other tactics consisted of concentration camps, mass rape camps, destruction of property, pillaging, forced deportation, and other crimes against humanity, which were all present in Bosnia from 1992 to 1995 in this Serbian-controlled territory. So we can change the year to see the effectiveness of ethnic cleansing during the war. The Bosnians who weren't killed were alarmed by the genocides, massacres, mass rape, and forced deportation in Bosnian-controlled territory, and without weapons to defend themselves, they were forced to flee this Serbian territory into the safety of this Federation of Bosnian territory. And then many starved to death along the way. And we can see throughout Bosnia, populations are more concentrated in 2013 as a result of the war. So we'll look at Srebrenica as an example of this. So in Srebrenica, there was an officially recognized genocide in which 8,000 plus Bosnian Muslims were killed by Serb forces and hidden in mass graves. You can see in 1991 there's a Bosnian population of 27,000, but by 2013 that population is reduced to 7,000. And if you look in surrounding territories, you see a similar effect, as there are also massacres in these territories, but also people are fleeing as they hear news of Srebrenica. And these territories are completely Serb-dominated by 2013. So to conclude, the Srebrenica genocide prompted a NATO bombing of Bosnian Serb forces and enforced a peace agreement in 1995. The territory gained by the Bosnian Serbs were returned to Bosnia. However, the Serbian Republic is internationally recognized as an entity within Bosnia today, and most of Bosnia's Serb population lives there. And so we can change the year to see the total effect of the ethnic distribution of Bosnia over the course of the war. So look at this Bosnian population, 570,000 in 1991, is almost halved by 2013 as Bosnian Muslims flee Serbian territory. These are my references.